Certainly. Let's dive deeper into API terminology and key concepts, including endpoints, requests, and responses. 1. Endpoints. An endpoint is a specific URL, Uniform Resource Locator, or URI, Uniform Resource Identifier, provided by an API. It represents a unique resource or functionality that can be accessed or manipulated. Endpoints serve as the entry points to interact with the API and perform specific operations on the associated resources. For example, in a hypothetical user management API, the following endpoints could exist. Get/users retrieves a list of all users. Get/users/ID retrieves a specific user by their unique identifier. Post/users creates a new user. Put/users/ID updates an existing user. Delete/users/ID deletes a user. 2. Requests. API requests are made by clients, such as applications or systems, to interact with the API and perform operations on the specified resources. Requests contain information and instructions for the API to understand and process. Key components of an API request include: HTTP method specifies the type of operation to be performed on the resource. Commonly used methods include get, retrieve data, post, create data, put, update data, and delete, remove data. Headers provide additional information about the request, such as authentication tokens, content type, or language. Parameters allow passing additional data to the API. Parameters can be included in the URL, query parameters, or in the request body, request parameters, for operations like filtering or specifying data. Body, optional, used for sending data in the request, typically in formats like JSON or XML. The request body is commonly used with post and put methods to create or update resources. 3. Responses. API responses are the results or outcomes returned by the API after processing a request. Responses contain relevant data, status codes, and additional metadata. Key components of an API response include: HTTP status code, a numeric code that indicates the status and outcome of the request. Common status codes include 200, OK, 201, created, 400, bad request, 401, unauthorized, 404, not found, and 500, internal server error. Headers provide additional information about the response, such as content type, caching directives, or rate limits. Body contains the requested data or the result of the operation. The response body is usually in formats like JSON or XML and may vary based on the API's design and purpose. API responses can include various types of data, including single or multiple resources, error messages, or metadata about the response. Understanding the concepts of endpoints, requests, and responses is crucial when working with APIs. These concepts form the foundation for interacting with APIs and enable developers to effectively communicate with the API, retrieve data, and perform operations on the available resources.